I wanted to do this response video to Barbarossa a month ago. I haven't gotten around to doing it because there's a number of reasons. I was working on it, and then I lost some of my information. I was writing it down, but I had technical issues, and then I got frustrated, and eventually I just lost interest. So I'm gonna just try doing this response video to Barbarossa's comment on my video. I made a video basically saying, "Barbarossa, where are you?" And he responded, "Look, this. I'm gonna just be very informal and off the cuff. I mean, the gist of what he said was, he don't police me. Don't tell me who to endorse as a MGTOW, and if that doesn't make me a real MGTOW, then so be it." I mean, honestly, I'm sick of the MGTOW label. I'm just disgusted with it. What I wanted to say is that MGTOW is not even what it once was. I mean, when MGTOW first started, it was supposed to be a raindrop of truth in a sea of lies. When Barbarossa, when you were making videos and Stardust around 2012, you were a place, a refuge for sane men in an insane world. I mean, the MRM failed initially because they had very little understanding of not just biology, male and female, but history. And let's just be honest. I mean, the early MRM they were just tradcons. They were very right wing, and MGTOW evolved from that. Men going their own way because these guys, the MRM guys, couldn't get anything done, and they couldn't even agree with each other. They would always put their pet issues first, and they couldn't just focus on men. And MGTOW was kind of this marriage strike, whatever you want to call it, movement. And it was kind of like a bunch of guys saying, what, fuck it, we're just gonna do our own thing. And it evolved like all social phenomenon movements. It evolved, and you started having guys like Barbarossa and Stardust, who wanted to dig deeper, and they wanted to understand this stuff, and they understood that the highlighted the dysfunction of traditionalism in the modern setting, and why traditionalism doesn't work. I think when MGTOW and the MRM collided, it kind of propelled MGTOW because of these disagreements. Nonetheless, I mean, the bottom line is that even MGTOW in its very early days, like I'd say the majority of the subscribers were disaffected tradcons, and a lot of the people in your audience, the people watching your videos, a lot of them didn't even agree. So MGTOW kind of grew, but it wasn't like the people that helped it grow weren't really completely on board with the message. I'm not here to say to police the politics of anyone, but the whole point of MGTOW was to go deeper and to look beneath the politics. And I think you and Stardust would certainly agree with it on that. I mean, I know you've mentioned such things before, and it was supposed to be a kind of at least provide some sort of space for men to kind of just be honest, and to just not get too bogged down on these partisan disputes, and to just speak honestly as men about their personal lives and their feelings. But I mean, the thing I've noticed about MGTOW is that it's become stagnant. I mean, all things, they either evolve or they stagnate, and then they die. And you know, you've got, politics aside, there's just so much dishonesty in MGTOW and backstabbing. I mean, if MGTOW, okay, MGTOW, so many content producers, so many people in the audience, they don't want to be pro male, whatever that even fucking means. Okay, they don't want to somehow advocate for men. They don't even agree on what the problem is. Okay, and on top of that, they're all backstabbing each other and doxing each other, and they can't even agree to disagree. So you've got this, like, kind of this amalgamation of just dishonest malcontents that don't want to do anything, that just backstab each other. I mean, it's fucking toxic. I mean, I had written something out, and like I said, I just got fed up of writing it, because it's just, I wanted to dissect every single point, but I'm just not into it. It's just, at the end of the day, MGTOW's not doing anything. They don't want to do anything, but they're not even, it's not even a place for sane men. I mean, it's toxic. I mean, watching these videos and being in the comments section, it's depressing. It's like, I just want to go back to bed. I mean, it's repetitive, it's boring. You know, and it's I'm working on a campaign to help ban circumcision in Iceland. I'm actually, I've personally called up politicians. Ed Royce, he's a Democrat in Westchester County, New York, and Ed Royce is a Republican from California, I think, like Orange County, and then Elliot Engel's the Democrat from Westchester County, New York. I've been calling them up. I've been calling them their offices. I've been calling the Iceland embassy, and honestly, it just feels much better to do something. You know, blah blah blah. The system's gonna collapse. It's all gonna come crumbling down, and then whatever. I mean, if these people, I don't know what you believe, Barbarossa, personally, deep down, or Stardust, but if people, to the people in your audience, if they really believe that a collapse is coming, and things will get better again for men, and blowjobs will rain down from the heaven like, you know, a torrential downpour or monsoon, or what, if full with sandwiches. I mean, whatever. I mean, if this is true, if this is what they believe, why talk about it all the time? I mean, I've been accused of being a leftist, nihilist, blah blah. I mean, but it's if you believe, if I'm to take what these kinds of people say seriously, why talk about it all the time? It makes no sense. It's just, they're not even engaging in their political beliefs. I knew a so-called self-identified MGTOW in real life who just blab about the same shit over and over again. Feminism is hurting women. I mean, he would say such things that I mean, it sounded like something. So many of the things he said sounded like something a tradcon would say. I mean, some of the things he said sounded like things even feminists would say. And you know, women are better with children, blah blah blah. And I mean, this is the thing. It just seems like there's so many freaking so-called self-identified MGTOW that they're just marriage strikers. They're one blowjob away from the plantation. And I mean, it's like, well, I'm not a tradcon because I'm not married. I mean, so I mean, is the only thing that MGTOW is just being a bachelor? I mean, there've been people like this. There've been bachelors around for millennia. I mean, nothing, you know, I just don't see it as some sort of meaningful label. I mean, if you are truly going your own way, I mean, people go their own way. They don't give a shit. People climb Mount Everest or K2. I mean, they don't go on the internet and tell people that I'm just living life the way I want to live. They just fucking do it. I mean, I really just don't see any value in this label. And I know you'll say that, it seems like a lot of guys, like Stardust certainly has, and it seems like you are distancing themselves from the label. I mean, I don't even know what your position is. But I mean, it seems useless. Why even attach yourself to it, or what's the point? I mean, you made a video on serial killers. I mean, who cares? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's interesting. I've had an interest in these kinds of morbid things for forever. I mean, but is this really helping men? I mean, people have been studying serial killers forever. I'm not sure how this is gonna really help normal day-to-day guys. And I mean, they caught this guy. So what? I really don't. I just don't see your angle anymore. I don't get it. I don't get where it's going. I don't see how just grumbling on the internet about these kinds of things does any service or favor to men. I don't know who even really cares about men. You have Turd Flinging Monkey who talks about needing to kill off beta men because reasons it's good for society. Is it good for the beta men? I mean, is this the kind of message that we want to promote? Why? For whom? I mean, bring back the patriarchy? I mean, it's not about telling you what to do. I'm not personally telling you what to do. I'm just sick of the fucking dishonesty. I find the dishonesty and the mincing words pointless. There's just better things to do with my fucking time. I mean, this Iceland this Iceland circumcision ban, you could, with an audience like that you have, you could make a huge impact if you promoted this. You've got thousands of subscribers. I mean, this is something that you could really do to help men right now. Iceland's on the verge of banning it, and U.S. politicians are intervening. We could really do something to protect the future of men. So I'm asking you if you're going to help out with this, at least give some sort of address this issue. I mean, you want to go back to, you can make any kind of videos. I'm not policing your channel, but I just think that it would be helpful to at least be a little bit more honest and to maybe focus things on bread and butter issues that help men. And maybe that would prevent getting bogged down in these pointless partisan debates. I mean, circumcision is something that crosses the left and the right. It has nothing to do with economics or politics. This is an issue of misandry, and this is what the old school, old guard MGTOW were talking about. Male suicide, male homelessness, shit like this. So yeah, this is my video. I'm just sick and tired of analyzing, responding to each and every micro point, and trying to come up with some sort of retort. I wanted to do this response video earlier, but my mind is in a different place. I just do not feel like engaging in these petty, ideological arguments over, is this communistic or is this... I don't fucking care. I mean, shit, I've been accused of being a communist for so many fucking things, even being against circumcision. Like, how does that make me a fucking communist? I mean, I was on I Am Serious's channel. He accused me of being a communist because I was trying to explain biology and evolution. I mean, this is the problem I have with MGTOW. It's just, I'm not a communist. I'm not a fucking communist. Okay, I'm really not. What the fuck happened? You know, what the hell happened to MGTOW? It's just regressed. It's just regressed to TradCon central bullshit. It's the same fucking thing that happened to the MRM is now happening to MGTOW. And it's because MGTOW refused to put whatever that is, the early community refused to put up boundaries and say, you know, against toxic ideas, and B, because it refused to actually define itself and to continue to define itself. It was too vague and nebulous. And also say C, because it's not doing anything. I mean, you know, your MGTOW will not grow. I did a video about this. It was my second video. Will MGTOW grow, go offline, or will it continue to continue to grow and go offline, or will it stagnate? If it stays online, whatever it is, it's going to stagnate. It's already stagnated. So you know, something has to be done. Something's got to change. So help me out with this Iceland ban. That is all.